fighting force of the colonies was established and became what is known as the United States Marine Corps. Today is the beginning of a new effort that actually began after Gunny passed away 4 years ago. A group began the effort to rename Avenue N in his honor, and today it stands as our LEEERMEY Avenue. But there's always been one key element that we wanted to do from the very beginning in all of the meetings that we had to try and set this up, and that is that we wanted to make our LEEERMEY Avenue a musical road that could honor all of the Marines that have served and all the servicemen that have been part of our country's defense. It will be the end of what we started 3 years ago. It presents this opportunity to gather with the true supporters of this community, the Marines of today and yesterday and tomorrow, the City of Palmdale and its staff who have worked tirelessly to get this project on the books. This musical highway will be the first in the nation dedicated to one of the famous Marines in our beloved Marine Corps. In movies, TV commercials, mail call, and the numerous visits to our troops out of the country. One very special man is Gunny, and one very special member of our community. One special man who always came back to our home, his family, and us. So with that, I would like to welcome all that have attended. We will now ask Bart Avery to approach the podium, and we're going to ask our young Marines, to come up and serve as the honor guard for this occasion.
Go. Hold. Fit.
So thanks, Rick, and thanks everybody. You get this down to normal human height here from Rick's height, Tom. So, all right. I want to thank everybody for being out here today. I also want to thank. We've got a whole bunch of people here from our boards and commission. You know, it seems like just yesterday we were dedicating Avenue N as our LEEERMEY Avenue. I always said it should have been Gunny Highway, but you know, I got outvoted, right? So can you believe how quickly that time has passed? You know, but even then, we were looking forward to today, where we could celebrate the construction of this musical road, the beginning of that process, and it will continue to honor a very well-loved and highly decorated Marine, our Gunny Ermey. You know, when completed, this musical road will play the Marine Corps hymn, and I'm certain that would make Gunny very proud. Yes, so I'd like to wish the Marine Corps a very happy 247th birthday. And as we approach this weekend's events, I want to thank you all who have served in all the armed forces of the United States of America. It really only feels like a short time ago that we did dedicate this highway, but there's no way to fully express our appreciation to all the service members for their service and their sacrifice. But it's nice that this stretch of road is again drawing attention to our U.S. Marines on this birthday and the anniversary of the Corps. It's also great to be here to recognize Gunny for the attention he brought to the Marine Corps through his career, his dedication that he dedicated in his life to the Corps, to his community, and to his family. I look forward to celebrating the ribbon cutting of this next year, and I want to thank everybody, especially all of our military veterans, for being out here today. Thank you all.
A member of our community, it's General David Smith, U.S. United Air Force, United States. Yeah, that other group that transports us.
Well, what an honor to spend a few minutes with you today. I believe I might have the comma in the wrong place. I'm not sure, Mr. Mayor, if you said 45 minutes or 4 or 5 minutes.
Whatever works.
So we'll go with that. I'm an American airman, and I'm fiercely proud of our United States Air Force, but today it is fitting and appropriate to say God bless our United States Marine Corps. Happy birthday. I love putting on this cloth of the United States Air Force. I love wearing this uniform, but I must admit, when God lined up the different branches of the service and passed out the best uniforms first, we weren't in first place. I think our United States Marine Corps got that role.
Yes, sir.
But their legacy of valor is not to be diminished. I wanted to just share with you a story or two that touches my heart about our United States Marine Corps. And it is our United States Marine Corps, the celebration of their birthday. Now, 2 months ago, our Air Force celebrated its birthday too. Now, something we do really well in our Air Force is we are proven to be the most generous branch of the military. Proven by the fact that 75 years ago in September, we let the United States Army be its very own branch of the military. Now that's a humbling experience. So I want you to go back in time with me almost 40 years. I had completed officers training school and I had completed flight school. I'm a butterbar shaved tail second lieutenant with wings on, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. But I was on leave back home in Hawaii, and some in the crowd from our great Marine Corps might know the place I'm talking about. It's fairly near Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station, called the Creekside Bar in the town of Kailua. I was in the Creekside Bar with a young lady that I was dating, and I happened to be in uniform because, funny, after officers training school, those are the only clothes that fit you. And there was a table of Marines with a gunnery sergeant in the back of the room. And the gunnery sergeant was interesting. I start getting a lot of stage whispers from that table, from the gunny, about what's this shaved tail doing in a drinking man's bar? Who brought the Air Force to Kailua? Doesn't he know that Marines run this bar? So I looked at the young lady I was with and said, look, we're just going to cash out and go away because nothing good is going to come out of this. Not today. So as I was pulling my wallet out, there is the hand on my shoulder pushing me back down in the bar stool, and it's the gunny. Now, it's not our gunny, but it's the gunny in this story. And I looked up at him and said, hey, gunny, and he said, well, Lieutenant United States Air Force, what are you doing in a drinking man's bar? And I said, gunny, funny you ask, because we were just leaving. Well, he says, ho, ho. And the Marines at the table are laughing off their backsides. They're funny, they're still in their seats. And he looks back at this table of Marines and he says, ooh, the lieutenant wears wings. And they are laughing like crazy, and I'm a little embarrassed and don't know what to do, and all I want to do is preserve somehow both of our careers. And he says, what does the lieutenant fly? And I said, well, gunny, to be honest, the lieutenant doesn't fly anything yet. I've just finished my basic flight training. I'm home on leave. When I go back, I start B-52 school. I'm going to learn to fly B-52s. The Marines are laughing. He's standing there. Suddenly, he snaps to attention. He faces his table of Marines and he says, gentlemen, you will treat this man with respect. He's an officer in the United States Air Force. He looked back at me and he said, sir, your money is not good in this bar. He looked at the bartender and he said, I'd like to get the lieutenant and his young lady friend anything they'd want. And sir, it would be a great honor if you would come join my men and I. Now, So I don't know what a B-52 did for him, but I'm going to venture it wasn't bad.
Before I start, we called out all the dignitaries, all the important folks here, and I'm going to probably cry when I tell you this. There's one person we left out, and I want to acknowledge him. Believe it or not, sitting here in the front row today, we have a very rare, still living, very living World War II veteran. This is Lou Moore. Lou just celebrated 11 days ago. He just celebrated his 100th birthday. Whoa. So I'm pretty sure that it still qualifies if you want to say happy birthday to him. So thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you, City of Palmdale. And thank you everyone who is making this happen. This is going to be a really big thing. Absolutely. 4 years ago today, on the birthday of the United States Marine Corps, as you've heard, we were right here to celebrate the renaming of this street from Avenue N to LEERMEY Avenue. Today we are here to break ground on a musical road right here on this street, LEERMEY Avenue, that will play the Marines hymn. I'm sorry I'm repeating things that have been said, but I wrote a speech, so I got to follow. So a little bit about this great man who this street is named after, a man we refer to as the Gunny. So after filming the movie Full Metal Jacket, how many people have seen Full Metal Jacket, by the way? All the Marines over there, okay, all right. Anyway, after filming that movie, LEERMEY brought his family and they moved up here to the Antelope Valley. And LEERMEY lived actually more than half his adult life here in the city of Palmdale. He loved this community and he gave back selflessly through donating his time, his celebrity to local causes and events. After his passing on April 15th, 2018, his community came together to rename this street in his honor. This was the street that the Gunny would take en route to LAX to catch a flight to Afghanistan to meet with his beloved troops. This was the street he would return home on after visiting with a terminally ill child in Oklahoma through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. A lot of people didn't know he did that. On behalf of the Ermey family who is here today, they wanted to share this story. So there is another musical road, as many of us know, just to the north of here in Lancaster, and it plays the William Tell Overture. The Gunny's family says that Mr. Ermey loved that road and would always take visiting family and friends out there to drive and listen to it. So can you imagine the smile on his face watching this today? Happy birthday, Marines, Semper Fi, and may God bless all who have served our country. Thank you.
Attention on deck, the Marines. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marine.
Call it again. Call it again.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.